Hello everyone and welcome to my podcast. You're listening to Seraphina Speaks Little Girl Big Questions, the show that delivers you my take on topics that are important. I'm your host, Seraphina Marlena Durbin. Let's go right ahead to the show. Hello listeners and welcome to episode 20 of my podcast. Can you believe I'm on episode 20 already? Wow, thanks so much for being here. Before we get started on today's topic, I need to address some complaints I had about my episode on farts. Joseph, Millie and Nathan all wrote in to say that they completely disagree that Jed's fart was the best. I've had another listen and I think you're right. In fact, Jed's fart was probably the worst. What was I thinking? Lily also wrote to me and said, Dear Seraphina, I love your podcast on farts. The noises made me laugh a lot. Please can I hear your fart noise? Lily, I'm so glad you asked. Here's my fart noise. I hope that impressed you, Lily. Now, let's get on with this episode on Trump. No. It's a different sort of Trump this week. As in Donald Trump, the current president of the United States. I'm not an expert on him, but I've heard his name lots, and people seem to have a strong reaction to him. Have you heard about him? Let's start with some Trump basics. Trump hasn't spent a long time in politics. He's been far too busy making billions of dollars as a businessman. When he was elected in 2016, it came as a shock to many people around the world. They wondered, did he even know anything about running the country? Other people liked the idea of someone that wasn't a politician giving it a go. Someone normal. I'm not sure that a billionaire is actually normal. Trump spends a lot of time on social media saying some pretty ridiculous things. He's unkind to people and acts immaturely. This doesn't sound very leaderly to me. Here are 5 facts about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is 74 years old. He was born on the 14th of June, 1946 in New York City. Trump's hair is real. He gets his haircuts from his wife, Melania. Donald Trump is famously self-conscious about the length of his fingers. He's the 45th president of the United States. Donald Trump uses the phrase, "Make America Great Again," in his campaigns. This phrase really gets his supporters excited because lots of them are very patriotic and traditional. You probably heard about the wall Donald Trump wants to build between Mexico and the United States of America. This sounds like a very ambitious project. I'm no architect, but surely a wall that big would be impossible to make. Trump wants the wall to stop people entering the USA from Mexico. This giant wall is part of his immigration policy. Immigration is when someone moves to another country to live there permanently. So, why did I want to talk about Trump today? I know there's an election coming up in the USA very soon, and people are very passionate about who they're voting for. Joe Biden is up against Trump in the election. Honestly, I don't know enough about US politics to guess who will win. My big question is, why do people get into politics? Is it because they want to change the world and help people, or perhaps it's that they want power and influence? When I'm old enough to vote in the elections, I'll be thinking about things like this. I will also be checking the person I vote for acts honestly and makes good choices. It's not about being perfect, but it should be about doing the right thing for the people that need help. If you're listening to this episode from the USA, would you write to me and tell me how you feel about it all? Perhaps you love Trump, perhaps you don't know what's going on, or perhaps you would like a new president. Write to me with your thoughts. That's it for this week, listeners. Next week, I'll be exploring something new with you. Thanks so much for joining me for this serious political episode. Remember to hit the subscribe button to get every episode, and don't forget to tell everyone you know about Seraphina Speaks. See you next time, everyone. Bye! Wow, I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. If you like what you hear, click the subscribe button. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to check the show notes. Leave me a review wherever you listen to your podcasts, because then more people can find my podcast.